here is one of the most intense, I would say, exercises for something that seems so simple, and that is the weighted wall sit. And today I'm going to show you how we're going to be, I know most of us know how to do a wall sit, but there's a couple mechanics to help us put some more pressure into this wall using our feet, using our hips, and using our upper back. And then we will talk about how to get the weight onto ourselves without trying to like trip, fall, all that good stuff, and some safety precautions. So the first thing I want you to think about, and I'm actually going to show you from a side angle as well, is we want to have three main points of contact when we're on this wall. The first point of contact is going to be my feet pushing into the floor, and predominantly we want our toes to be the ones pushing into the ground and almost pushing away from our body. So instead of us pulling the rug, we want to actually be pushing the rug away from us in this stationary position. And what that's going to do is going to help our second point of contact, which is our hips and our butt are going to push into the wall with the assistance of our toes pushing into the floor. The third point of contact I want to be making is with our upper back. So what's going to happen is, because our hips and our butt are attached against the wall and our upper back is going to be attached against the wall, there's going to be a slight gap between our hands right here when we're pushing into this wall here. And all that we're going to do is we're going to now that we're kind of initiated contact, we're about 90-degree angle, just above that 90-degree angle, and we're going to be slowly working our way down. What's going to happen here is all I do with my weighted push-up, I prefer having the weight not laying flat like this, because if the weight is flat like this, sometimes if we're too high, it will go out like this. I prefer laying it down just like this and then pushing into the wall. And now I'm going to show you with two weights from a side angle. Let's say we're getting a whole lot better at doing the wall sit, and I've talked about my 3 points of contact. So like I said before, the main 3 points of contact, I'll roll this weight over here, is our toes are going to be into the wall, our toes are into the floor, our knees are flexed, our quads are flexed. We're going to feel that point of contact on our butt against the wall, and then we're also going to roll our shoulders back, so then we feel that upper back against the wall, and that is our core hold. I don't want you holding under our knees. Let's stay nice and tight. We're in this advanced progression, so we should be able to hold this. Now it gets a little trickier when we have multiple weights, because some of us are going to feel like 45 pounds or 25 pounds or whatever it is, a big plate is not going to be enough. So we're going to start stacking plates. And how do I do that with 2 and possibly 3 plates? Now, what I try to do is, if I'm with just 2 plates, how I'm going to lift it is I typically lift up the plates first. So I'm literally going to lift them up together like this, and then I'm going to stack them on my thighs like so. I prefer this method when it comes to 2 weights on my thigh. Typically, you're going to be holding this for around 1 to 2 minutes, so I think 2 plates will be just enough. Now, if you feel like you want to have more than 2 plates on your thighs, I would suggest you going to this method, and then you stack a third, a fourth, a fifth on here. But just make sure, when we get to this method, we want to still make sure we're engaging our butt into the wall. Sometimes when we put too much weight on, we're just sagging like this and we're just attaching against the wall and nothing's happening. My main focus on this exercise is to make sure we create some engagement and muscle and mind connection. So we're pushing into the wall to keep the weight up. We're not just lagging on the wall to keep the weight up. We're pushing into this wall, keeping that tight, and this should be your ideal position. So that's it. Once you basically fail, you'll basically roll off the wall. I'll also show you if you do decide to fail downwards. So say, for example, I go down, I go down, I go down, I go down, and I fail, and I'm right here. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to roll this weight off to my side, and we should be good to go.